girl back for another episode of my Disney's Magic Kingdoms game. So this short little video just dropped to Disney's Magic Kingdoms games Facebook page. Now I think this is a clue to what is coming next in our kingdom. Now under this short little video it said, let the stars guide you to our next update, or maybe you'd prefer to use a map. So if we connect all those stars that we saw in that short little video, it actually kind of looks a little bit like a question mark, or you could look at it another way and it kind of looks a little bit like a hook. Now whose hook? I think it looks like Maui's. Now who is Maui? Maui is demigod of the wind and sea, hero to all. Now this is the map though that was posted to Disney Magic Kingdoms Games Twitter page. Now at first look guys, a lot of people have been thinking that this is Emperor's New Groove, because apparently Emperor's New Groove pulls down a map that sort of looks like this as well. But I just want to point out that the tapestries in Moana as well, especially shown at the very beginning of the film, sort of look like this as well. Sort of similar style, at least, of the design of drawing and everything. So I just want to point out here, at first glance, it does kind of look like it's really bizarre. It just looks like a random map. But if we take a closer look, we can see here Cinderella's castle is right here in the front, and the balloon. So this is actually our kingdom. Then if we move up, we can see it's a small world, and at first glance it just looks like some big giant castle, and that I sort of was like, oh no, it's not Moana. But again, it's a small world. It's an attraction in our kingdom, so go and check it out if you guys are unfamiliar with it. And if we go over to the right, we can see sort of it looks like a bit like a tent, but you know what guys, that is not a tent. That is Space Mountain right there, if we sort of look at the detailing of it. Now we do have some waterfalls in our park and everything, so don't be alarmed by that. And if we sort of follow the train tracks here, as you can see, which are in our park, it takes us over to Prince Eric's castle. And Prince Eric is part of the Little Mermaid, so we have sort of seen that. And I think that gives us a pretty good idea, guys, that, you know what, they're just showing us our kingdom. So maybe that means that there's going to be some more land released to us at some point. I'm not quite sure if that's maybe what they're telling us, but I think there's a little bit of a sneak preview to that. So I think, guys, that sort of describes that map. I think, again, at first glance, a lot of people are thinking that it has something specific to do with one of the films, like either Moana, because Moana's island does not look like that, and honestly neither does anything to do with the Emperor's New Groove. Now I see sort of why people are a bit confused with that, as I said, but I'm really, I think, more confident than ever that it is Moana. But if you guys think it is something else, let me know in the comments below, or if you just agree with me, because I know there's been a lot of talk out there about Pocahontas and stuff coming to the kingdom. A lot of people have said, oh, the stars, that's obviously Pinocchio, but I think if it was Pinocchio, guys, it would have been one star in the sky. Princess and the Frog, we knew it was 2 stars in the sky. Hercules is going to be several stars in the sky, sort of like what we saw, but when we trace these, again, it's not Hercules, anything to do with Hercules, doesn't make any sense. So I'm thinking that it's not going to be that right now. Hercules hopefully will be an event that will be coming hopefully soon to the game, but again, I don't think that is what's coming next. So I feel like all the signs, all of the stars are aligned and are pointing us to Moana. That is my opinion. I've already done my prediction video for this. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you guys subscribe and hit that little bell for post notifications, and don't forget to check out that video. I will leave a link to it at the end of this one so you guys can obviously check it out. It's also on my main channel page if you guys just want to sort of find it really quickly. It is actually sort of posted there as like my featured video right now. So again, I've sort of done my prediction for the limited time event, and again, what is coming. So I think that it's, you know, we have a pretty good idea, but I know it's still early and there's still a lot of speculation. Now, when would this event actually start? I'm thinking we're looking at still like another week for sure. I think that we're looking at maybe like the 17th it would start. I think maybe the live stream could be as early as Friday, or else maybe Monday, and then the event would start Wednesday or Thursday. And then if it starts on Thursday the 18th of April, I think that would be really good, because that's like right before Good Friday, and then we have Easter Monday on the 22nd. So I feel like that would be a really, really good time to actually start a limited time event. It makes sense over the Easter holidays, and I think a lot of us would actually appreciate that with our busy lives and stuff like that. So hopefully that is actually what happens. So yeah. Anyways, hashtag excitement. I cannot wait for all of the new clues to come out and for them to officially show us what they have in store. But I feel more confident, as I said, than ever that it is Moana, which means, you know, a 20-some day event. We're gonna have the battlegrounds. We're gonna have 7 new characters, at least 4 new attractions, and like 3 new concession stands and a whole bunch of decorations. So it's gonna be really awesome. A really good time too, guys, to get you know, some other characters from previous events in our secondary storyline. So we will talk about that today as well, about what we sort of need to do in preparation for this, and also what characters we should be focusing on leveling up like right now. So I'm sort of going to be doing obviously some gameplay in this video, and I do have a bunch of characters to bring back into my kingdom that I have been working on. I've been sort of saving them all to sort of show you guys all of the welcome screens and stuff like that, and a little bit of dialogue that goes along with it. But again, we will be talking throughout the video about some of those finer details, like the secondary storyline and, you know, some of the Moana characters. I'm not going to go into as much detail as I did in my prediction video, but I'll give you a sort of a rough idea about what I'm thinking is going to be coming. So yeah, so this is going to be super amazing. I have no idea where I'm going to put any of this new stuff, though, in my kingdom, because it's full right now. I need some new land. I think a lot of us are sort of feeling that as well. I think it would be a good time, but I just have a feeling we're not going to be getting any land until the Toy Story permanent content update, which is going to be closer to the Toy Story movie that is coming out this year. Drizella Tremaine is now level 10. It's about time I did things for myself. Guys, she's maxed out. Holy moly. So actually now all of my Cinderella characters are all maxed out once again, since they had the Cinderella update, and they added the Tremaines, obviously Anastasia, Drizella, and Lady Tremaine. Now, this is probably my favorite quest with Drizella. She's singing Sweet Nightingale, so sing Sweet Nightingale. Yeah. Oh my gosh. I should not be proud of myself for being able to do that, but yeah, not one of my more proud voice impressions, but I still think it's really funny that I can actually do that. Yeah, sorry guys, you probably wanted to turn off that video with that horrible singing. But hopefully this makes up for it. Boo is now level 5.
It's a kitty.
Yes, it is a kitty. Now, who is Kitty in this game? She is talking about Sully. So Boo is absolutely adorable. One of the new paid characters that has been added to my kingdom recently. So that is really awesome. I'm pretty happy to have her in the kingdom. And she's a 5 now, so she's halfway done to being maxed out. Speaking of another character who is at that point, that would be Li Shang, who is also a level 5. A promotion. I won't let you down. Good to know. Keep Mushu under control for us, that little fire-breathing dragon. Not that his fire is that intimidating, but, you know, he keeps some order in my kingdom, especially when you got characters like Charlotte LaBeouf here, who is just anything but controlled. She's just absolutely wild, but I love her so much. And here's Captain Hook, another new paid character in my kingdom. Tick tock, and Captain Hook is now level 5. Aha! Who's a codfish now, eh? Clearly you. Every time I think of Captain Hook, I think of him yelling, Smeed! Who I think they need to add to the game. Gosh, that's gonna hurt my voice for like a week, but you know what? Whatever. That was totally worth it. Yeah, Captain Hook needs to have Smeed in this kingdom at some point, because there'll be some amazing quests between the two of them. Zootopia is also another storyline they definitely could expand on quite a bit. Here is Flash back in the kingdom. Wow, the slowest welcome screen in the world, and he is now level 5. Oh, Ray. Oh my gosh, so painful. I wonder how long it would take him to get like to the Zootopia racetrack, which is like in Space Mountain right now. I don't know. I feel like that would take him so long. I would probably need to speed it up and put the timer on just to see, like, how long it would actually take him. It'd probably be some of the most, like, painful few minutes of my life trying to watch that, but yeah, hopefully I'm glad he doesn't have any, like, 30-second quests, and hopefully they don't add anything like that to the kingdom, because honestly, I never want to see him do any quests like that. Oh my gosh, it would be horrible waiting for him to be like, okay, seriously? No. So he can just go on the longest quest ever, and I'll be happy with that, for sure. Okay, so, I do obviously have some other characters I am going to be bringing back throughout the video. I believe Hans is another one I have to do here. And then we will talk a little bit about that secondary storyline and some of the options that it could be. I am thinking, though, we're looking at probably Snow White as being our sort of featured collection there. And I will let you guys know why in just a second. So here is Hans back in the kingdom, and he is now a level 8. How very nice. I'm sure I can find creative ways to put this new power to use. Okay, well, you know what? That new power, I hope, is, you just smiling and waving at all the little children in the park. And OMG, do you see that little kid walking by with the scrump backpack? Oh my gosh, so cute! I actually need one of these in real life. I'm not even joking. I need one so badly. A scrump backpack. Oh my gosh, there are so many Disney things I would love to have in my closet, but you know what? It's a work in progress, guys. Work in progress. Scrump backpack is definitely one of those things, though. Okay, enough stalling. On to the secondary storyline. So I'm thinking Snow White, and why? We really haven't had anything to do with Snow White in quite some time. It has been over a year since the Snow White limited time event. We really haven't had much involvement with Snow White in like the tower challenges or anything like that. So I feel like it's about time that we see some more action with that. The legendary chest guys too, they haven't done that much with them over the last year. Obviously they've come out a few times, but there really hasn't been that much. So I'm thinking that it would make sense to sort of have that. And then two, it would also give us an opportunity to collect for Grumpy again, because Grumpy is probably the most difficult character, at least so far, to actually bring into your kingdom, to welcome if you didn't get him during the Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs limited time event, which was like, what was it? 2018 January, I think it was. Yeah, so that was like the very first event that I sort of jumped in like midway. I did not get Grumpy. Grumpy is just one of those characters that have been an absolute nightmare. I hope they make it a little bit easier because, again, I don't understand why he, of all the Disney characters, why he would be the most difficult to collect for. It just doesn't really make any sense to me. Like, there are some other characters I think that people value a lot more than Grumpy that would be willing to work super hard for. But that's just my opinion on that. So hopefully we will get Grumpy. And then two, I don't actually have the Evil Queen either. So those are some characters I would love to collect for. So I think, again, adding those legendary chests would be a really good time. I thought maybe Winnie the Pooh might be one of those options as well. However, with this Honeybees leaderboard event and the legendary chests being available right now in your treasure bank, you know, they're not gonna have this little leaderboard event and then have a limited time event and have that like Winnie the Pooh part of the secondary storyline, because you know what, the legendary chest will be available for like those 20 some days, like 25 I guess it is, usually 26 days, and then like there's no way they're gonna have this and then have Winnie the Pooh. So I feel like they just ruled out for me Winnie the Pooh. And Winnie the Pooh was what, March 2018 I believe, like around then the event was. So it's been about a year since that as well. So, and I know they added the new costume and stuff like that. I don't actually have that cute little honeybee costume yet, but I think I'm gonna end up missing out on it again this time. I've opened a few legendary chests and I haven't been able to get it. I believe it's like, I don't think it's legendary, I think it's like epic or something like that to get, so still pretty challenging, so I'm thinking that I'm gonna miss out on that. All right, then that leaves us with a couple of other sort of options. We've had the Mulan Tower Challenge. It won't be Mulan. It's not going to be Aladdin, because Aladdin we've just had some sort of, news and stuff like that with the upcoming Tower Challenge number 6 that will be coming after the limited time event. Like, that is really close to the live action movie, so we have a little bit of sort of like knowledge, I guess, that we're going to be getting a Tower Challenge and expanding on that. So they won't be having the legendary chests available right before they have a Tower Challenge like that. So I'm thinking Aladdin is ruled out. Then we've got Frozen. I think it's a little bit too early in the year for that. I think they're going to be doing stuff with Frozen closer to the actual Frozen 2 movie. So that's sort of my view on that. The Incredibles, I don't think it's going to be the Incredibles. It doesn't really sort of, Moana, the Incredibles, like, I don't think they're a very good mix in terms of secondary storyline wise. And again, we did just have recently, they were part of Tower Challenge number 4 with Cricky. They were like one of the chapters for that. So was Lilo and Stitch. So they're definitely not going to be part of that. That was part of the Mulan Tower Challenge, so definitely no. The Nightmare Before Christmas, I don't think they're going to have that. I think maybe that could be part of maybe the next Tower Challenge, possibly. But I think that, since we had that and we got the mayor and stuff like that around Halloween, I just don't think that it's going to be the secondary storyline for that. Mulan, again, that was part of the Tower Challenge. Lion King, well, that's upcoming this year, so I think, again, we're looking at possibly involvement in an upcoming Tower Challenge, so no. Alice, we just had in Tower Challenge number 5, as you guys know, so that's a definite no. Lilo and Stitch, that was the secondary storyline, what wasn't it, for the Ralph Breaks the Internet, I think, limited time event or something. Anyways, it was used super recently, so I'm going to say no to Lilo and Stitch. Big Hero 6, I'm going to say no to that. It doesn't really, it's futuristic. I don't think that really works with Moana. And again, I think it, since we had it in the last Tower Challenge as well, as one of the chapters, I think that sort of rules that out. Actually, I think it was chapter 1, so that's a no. The Little Mermaid is going to be a no, because that was part of the last limited time event, which was actually The Princess and the Frog, so that is for sure a no. Wreck-It Ralph was at Christmas, so that's way too early. And Princess and the Frog is early, because that was just in February. So, basically, that leaves a lot of no's. Vanellope is now level 9.
Sweet mother of monkey milk. That felt awesome.
Oh, did it now? Of course it did, because she is so adorable. I love her, and I can't believe she's a level 9. I was hoping that we'd find some sort of interaction, stuff like that, with the princess dressing room, but I just don't know what quest that would be, to be honest. Like, I thought maybe relaxing with friends, but she just disappears into the dressing room. So I don't know if she actually has a quest where she's actually visible in the dressing room, or if maybe she has to be a level 10. I'm not totally sure what is going on with that, but I don't know. We'll sort of have to wait and see. So I do have one more character, guys, that I am going to be bringing back in this video, and it is King Louie from the Jungle Book. Nice moves, buddy. King Louie is now level 8. Ha-ha! Crazy! Yes, you are crazy, and you've definitely got some moves there. I think a very true king. We have a few kings, actually, in the kingdom, actually, now. Or, I guess, characters that sort of emphasize a king. Yeah, there are a few of them, but I won't go over that in this video. But yeah, so I think that pretty much touches on a lot of the reasons why Snow White would make sense. And yeah, again, Winnie the Pooh. Alright, so I chose to do, and I know this isn't really probably that smart, but I'm leveling up Piglet right now, just because I at least want to level up one character during this Honeybees leaderboard event, which is going pretty well for me, guys. I think I'm about 50-50 chance whether I'll make it. It's gonna be really close. Like, I'm doing a really good job, but at the same time, like, I just don't have that honeybee costume for Winnie the Pooh. I don't have the Western Arcade. Like, so I've got a few things that I'm missing that's not really helping my situation. And then two, the drop rates aren't perfect. Like, if they were perfect, I think I could say I would definitely finish, but they're not. So I'm thinking possibly no. So we're gonna sort of have to wait and see. So yeah, anyways, I think that is pretty much everything to do with my kingdom. Now, again, in terms of the limited time event, we're still sort of waiting to sort of find out and get some news about the live stream, so hopefully we'll know a little bit more about that. Now, in terms of just leveling up our characters and, like, how do we sort of, like, go about this? Knowing that there's an event coming, knowing that there are some collections that might be useful, like, how do we really go about this? I mean, there are a few different ways you can do this. I would say focus on your main storyline characters at the moment. Also, too, if you guys agree with me that Snow White is one of those options of collections, you might want to start leveling up, like, a couple of the characters so they can start collecting again, especially if they're lower levels. You might just want to sort of think about that. Now, if you guys don't have any Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs characters, don't stress about it. Those limited time, like, chests and stuff, the legendary chests, they will be available to us to be able to open and stuff like that to get those characters. But for those people that actually do have them, then, like, maybe you want to start thinking about leveling a few of them up, even if they're really high, you know, just sort of to be in preparation to sort of maybe max out some of that collection or whatever. But if you don't have any, then focus on your main storyline. If you guys aren't at the point of, like, defeating Zurg or whatever, or even Pete, then you guys might want to sort of try and pick up the progress just a tiny bit in your kingdom. I think if you do that, I think you will be just fine. Now, again, if you guys are, like, a bit worried about the event, don't worry. I will walk you through step by step on how to sort of handle the event and everything. I will be posting lots more details on that throughout the next few videos, obviously, until we know more about the upcoming event. So there is definitely, I always do lots of tips and tricks for you guys in the game. I try and guide you guys as best I can. I post videos constantly throughout the limited time events, the tower challenges, everything. So, like, basically, guys, I am here. Use me. I am a tool to get you through all of these events. And so, like, honestly, this is why I do this. I want to help people. Like, I want to make sure you guys are as successful as I am while I play the game. If I don't get something, it's not from a lack of trying. And if I can't get it, then, I mean, you know, it's not like, oh, don't be surprised you didn't. It's just more that, you know, there are explanations to why you can't get things and stuff like that. But at the same time, like, if your kingdom's small, again, I will guide you through the best ways to be able to handle things. And if your kingdom's really big, again, still, sometimes we don't get everything. But, you know, I think I've had pretty good luck so far on getting most things. I think the one I'm still disappointed about was Cricky. And I got Mulan because I didn't have her, and I spent all my currency, and then I missed out on, like, a couple of Mulan's costumes. So it was, like, a little bit disappointing there, but you know what, it's over. I wasn't prepared because I didn't have the Mulan characters. That's, like, just because I wasn't involved in that event. So there are always some times where, like, you won't be able to finish things only because you don't have certain collections. But that's okay, because there's always other ways to get it later. And again, I'll help you guys through everything. So again, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video. If you guys did, please give it a big Mickey thumbs up. Also, subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. Also, don't forget, guys, to check out my other channel. I do post quite a bit on there as well, or I'm getting better at posting quite a bit. If you guys could hop over there and subscribe to that channel, that would be totally helpful and awesome. So again, hopefully you guys can check that channel out. I will leave a link to that in just 2 seconds at the end of this video. Alright, so if you guys want to see my Moana prediction video, though, also too, I will leave that in the box at the end, so you guys can click that right after this and check that out. And because I guarantee you, a lot of those characters are going to be in this event. Alright, so thanks guys for watching, and we will see you for the next one.